Go.
My name is John McNulty. I work for Martin McCrossan City Tours, and it's my pleasure to give you some little bit of information about the famous city of Derry, or London Derry, or whatever other name you want to call it, a city of many, many names. Derry has a most unique history. It was the old area of Ireland where the old St Column left here in the 6th century to bring Christianity to Scotland and to England. The English then came, and as part of the plantation of Ulster in the 17th century, this area here was seen as very strategic. And they came here and they built the famous walled city. The walls you see here behind me were built between the year 1613 and 1618 by the Londoners, the London businessmen. And then the name of the city changed from Derry to Londonderry. In the more modern era, I suppose you could say Derry has been very much part and parcel of the modern day troubles in Northern Ireland. And it was the scene of perhaps one of the, the most disputed atrocities of the whole Troubles, what was called Bloody Sunday, on the day of the 30th of January 1972, when British paratroopers opened fire in the Bogside area of the city at a civil rights demonstration, killing 14 people and wounding 14 more, 28 people in total, in what is now known as Bloody Sunday. This city would have been a Catholic majority city over many, many years, with the Catholics probably about 75%, Protestants 25%. But right up until the abolition of the Derry City Council in 1973-74, the Protestants always had control of the council. And they would have done this by a process called gerrymandering, which was a manipulation of the ward boundaries and also to do with property ownership. If person A owned 4 properties, they had 4 votes. If person B owned no property, then they had no votes. So they kept control in a very, very unfair way. Now, when things have changed in the more modern era, as part of the ongoing peace process that has happened here in the city for many years, we have what we call the hunt system, where now people get elected in proportion to their numbers. And the city council now reflects the population. But as part of the sharing system, the Catholics or the nationalist people allow a Protestant mayor and deputy mayor once every 4 years, something they never did when they were in control. So as it shows the way things are happening to change here in Northern Ireland at the present time. In more recent times, in the last 6 months here, we have what we call devolved government. And Dr. Ian Paisley and Martin McGuinness, 2 sworn enemies whom I never personally thought I would see sit down together, are now Deputy First Minister and First Minister. And they have now travelling the world as international statesmen. And they were recently appeared in New York on that big screen in Times Square, not quite shaking hands, but laughing and smiling and giving good vibes, and now trying to promote Northern Ireland as a place of investment, so as we keep the peace process going. So as I say, what we have now is a peace process against people who were markedly divided for many, many years. And please God, as you look forward to this is going to be an example of what can happen in a divided community. Remember that the Irish Troubles have been going on for basically 800 years, not necessarily the more modern era.